August 7th instead of week from August 1st to August 7th, companies are paying up multi-million dollar penalties and leaving. So it's an entire culture, not just to do with the Lantern Act, but an entire culture of making this, certainly it's hard, with affordability for all of us, but particularly business people and service providers, it's making life harder for them. Guess what's coming next? They want to charge a tax on services, which we don't have right now. So how would I go about figuring out the cost of anything? How would I go about deciding if any bill is worthy of consideration and of being a law? Because 4,000 bills are not worthy of being a law every year. And when you have that many, the only way to survive is with that little staff that scurries around and says, just sign this, it's fine. Just trust me, you're going to get a big donation. That's what's going on right now. I would talk to the people who are affected. So, because people in the situation often understand, for example, my kids go to a school that every morning and every afternoon there's a horrible parking snafu. Horrible. It's snarled, tempers flare. It's a religious school. There's always a priest out front going, please don't hurt anybody. And yet nobody has talked to the security guards who watch the traffic go by to ask them what their idea is for parking. It's really not that hard, people. I'm kind of running on common sense. Sadly, it's not that common, but that's what I would do.
So, Michelle, there are a number of hands up now. I know we have, I want you to know we have simultaneous translation going on. So if we have a question in Spanish, the individual will ask her question in Spanish, and then momentarily afterwards we'll hear English translation. And this is the first to read.
Bueno, yo soy una madre de familia que tiene dos niños especiales con necesidades especiales. Mi pregunta es esta: yo necesito la ayuda del candidato, más bien de los candidatos, porque el área donde yo vivo es un área muy traficada. Todos mis vecinos se miran afectados por esa situación que pasa el gas todos los días y se para donde tienen que salir mis vecinos en ese momento para llevar sus hijos a la escuela o al trabajo. Entonces el bus se tiene que parar, puesto que mi niño es un niño con silla de ruedas y se para ahí prácticamente 15 minutos. Y como les digo, todos los días es lo mismo. Los vecinos se tienen que esperar porque el bus está parado en la mera entrada y los conductores que pasan en ese momento igual. ¿Qué puedo hacer?
Thank you. I wanted to ask, she says she's a parent of 2 children with special needs, one of whom uses a wheelchair, and the bus picks him up, but it's very difficult. He has to sit outside for over 15 minutes. She lives in an area that is congested with a lot of traffic. His neighbors, everyone around her seem affected by this. She wants to know who the right person is to go to ask for help in getting better access for her. Is it this week? For her son, for her children. Accessibility, transportation, especially with school-age children.
Guadalupe, did you want to go first? That is okay. Guadalupe, muy bien, the question. My sister-in-law rides buses, and those are all individual contracted for the school system. And it becomes a state project, but at the same time, what I've been talking about on the federal level is how do we bring more money to infuse this? Because the school system contracts out to special contractors, and how do we infuse more money for that? And how do we get more access to that? How do we create more lines or smaller buses to pick up the kids faster? This again is more resources, but it's working with the feds, with the state on, because I'm running at the federal level. This is going to fall more under the purview of Rudy and Roxanne, but myself on the federal level, I'll be working to help enhance those, and getting better access.
I just wanted to get clarification. Are we talking about public transportation as in LA Metro or access transportation? Public school buses, okay. Yeah, well, let's be honest, people, LAUSD is struggling on many levels, and everybody knows that they don't want anyone telling them what to do. They're their own government. And when I talk to teachers about this, and people that are familiar with the power structure, they don't want us telling them what to do. So in order to get better bus access for students in public school, we're going to have to elect real leadership at the school board level and hold our superintendent accountable for delivering these services to public students. Now, just a few things to think about. The state budget that just came out a few months ago, I think the majority, over 70%, goes to education. You know, education is obviously very, very important. But parents are struggling to get their kids to school because there's either not enough buses, or the buses are not in a good area, or if they're using metro bus stops, hopefully they're not, because we know those are a disaster. Then we need to put some pressure on the school board and LAUSD in this case to enhance their services. And I know it's not politically popular to say for anyone that's here with LAUSD. I went to public school, I had great education here in California, but it's not the same now. So yeah, I mean, parents have to be involved with the school and put pressure on the administrators. It's not the teachers' responsibility, it's the administrators and the staff and the school board that need to deliver these services to families that need better support for their kids.
Guadalupe, good question. Yo voy a hablar en inglés porque mi español es menor. So I'm going to speak in English because my Spanish is very better. Part of this is a transportation and accessibility question. Part is your question, what are you going to do? So I have to ask you, does Access Transit, are they allowed to help get kids to school? Or is that one of those sort of like a line of demarcation where you can't, you have to use the public bus? If they're over 16, because they're not set up to take. So this is one of those things that might require, a little creative thinking. Right. Okay, so it seems that, again, getting people in a room who could go, wow, you know what? We have a problem with getting people in wheelchairs to school on our buses. How can we solve this? For example, right now the legislature, and in particular the person I'm running against, but everybody in the city, they're obsessed with trains. They love trains and they love bike lanes, neither of which are going to work here. They're spending billions of dollars on a bullet train to nowhere. Why isn't that money used to make public transit more accessible for everyone? By the way, the other thing they've done to public transportation is turn it into moving drug dens and mental hospitals and bathrooms because they won't let police do the job of cleaning up our streets. But that's my soapbox for another day. But what you should be able to do is be able to have access to the teachers at your school and say, hey, we're having a problem with my child and waiting for school. And the school should be responsive to you. But when there's no school choice, they don't have to listen to anybody because they've got their job no matter what. So I know that there's a big school board race. In fact, The public teachers unions are spending millions on this election, and one candidate in particular they despise. He's a Democrat, he's a great guy, his name is Marshall Tuck, and he's for choice. This is all part of choice. Why don't you get to choose to have a conversation about how to get your child to school more effectively? It doesn't make sense to me. I know it doesn't make sense to you. I'm sorry that I don't actually have an answer, but I think at the end of the day, the one thing I know from having had my kids in public school for a minute is if you keep them out of school, they don't get the money. So you call and you say, my kid isn't coming to school until we solve this problem.
Hi, my name is Cameron Mitchell. I'm on North LA County Regional Senate Board. I'm trying to get my high school diploma still. I've been working on that since I graduated from high school. And I'm the CAC chair of North LA County Regional Center. I'm the chair of the edit committee I'm on. This question for all you guys. I volunteer at a place next to my church called SPY. They help homeless teens. I am trying to cooperate with my school assistant principal and the SPY administrator, who is the volunteer coordinator, to get the homeless teens into the school, get them some skills, get them job training. And I want to know, how would you help homeless teens to get off the streets? Because they're on the streets on Mondays when SPY's closed. They have no money, they have no money to buy food from the restaurants, and they have to wait until they go to SPY to get the mail and get money from their parents from there. So how would you guys help the teens who are living on the streets right now on Mondays to get food and some blankets for the cold air for winter sessions?
So let me ask you a couple of questions. So where are they from, these kids?
They come from other states. They run away from their homes.
The runaways. Okay.
Yeah, because they might have issues with their parents, and if we try to help them, we reconcile with their parents, but we do try to get them some housing and jobs too.
Okay, I would just say really quick, sorry, I'll jump in, is that there's one of the things with the $2.5 billion in homeless services is that your city councilman, so if you live here, is it here? Is it Paul Kirkland here? So that office should be able to connect you with LAHSA, LA Family Housing Services, and they've got the contract for all this help, and there is help, there are beds, there is money there. So we should be able to get her with her councilman's office, and they should be helping you because they have tons of money, and God bless you for doing the work that you're doing. Thank you very much.
Caroline, fantastic work that you're doing. On my website, I have a 35-page, very detailed plan dealing with homelessness and mental health care, drug addiction, and getting services that individuals need. The city of Los Angeles does not provide counseling, does not provide the homelessness issues. They rely on the county for resources, and the county says they don't have money. The city of Los Angeles has almost $7 billion for it. They don't have the programs. They're not implemented. The state of California has $8.5 billion for it. The feds have released almost $60 billion for these exact issues, but nobody is stepping up to the plate with a plan. Where is the plan? You're talking about children that run away from home, that have very dysfunctional houses. They're probably on the streets doing drugs. They're on the streets because they have emotional issues because of what they're running away from. So they need some serious help offered to them. Everything that has been discussed tonight, in my little honest opinion, takes resources and leadership. Where's the resources and leadership? We have leadership here, we have leadership here. Where's the resources? Because we have the desire from everybody in the community to participate, They don't want you to do the job. You're doing a fantastic job sitting on committees. I don't know very many teenagers that sit on committees. I don't know very many young adults that sit on committees and do the work that you're doing. So you're doing a phenomenal job. We need to give people in the community the resources they need to accomplish the tasks that they need and what they want to do. And that's part of this very detailed plan that I have, bringing the federal resources back to the communities, because the feds pulled this out a long time ago. But I applaud you for the work that you do.
So I would just echo a little bit about what Mark had to say, and that is, the board members, we voted to raise taxes with Measure H at the county level, that was for homeless services, and Measure HHH at the city for affordable housing, that was back in 2016. And I haven't seen any outreach teams coming into my community. I only see them downtown, but I don't see them anywhere else, and I don't see a lot of affordable housing there. Obviously, we have to identify these kids and coax them into getting services.